In today's video, we're gonna go over all the tips I talked about to find a good deal on Marketplace, but I'm actually gonna show you guys in real time what car to look for if you have no idea where you're starting from. Let's say you just got your license, you're looking into getting a first car, how to know what cars to even look for from the start, how to go on Marketplace and spot deals from scams, and then I'll give y'all some tips about how to reach out to these people, set up a date, and then go from there. Just a little disclaimer, all of this stuff is just tips and advices, because even if you find a good deal on Marketplace, you still got to go out in person and meet up with them, you know what I mean? So you'll never really know if it's a really good deal unless you see it in person and can verify that, because although listings may look good on the internet, everything has to be verified in person. So just keep that in mind. So the first step is, what car are you gonna look for? Obviously, people always say that Hondas, Toyotas are really reliable, and the older ones are crazy reliable. My first car was a 2010 Honda Civic, so obviously I'd recommend that off the bat because that's the first car I started with. If you have no clue at all, the first thing you're gonna do is hop over to the regular internet AI or something. I use Google Gemini, and I just typed in the best years reliability wise for Honda Civic, because that's what we're going to look at today. We're going to look at how to find a nice reliable Honda Civic. They're cheap. We're going to try to find something under $6,000. This is what it's saying. The goal year for the Civic 2013 to 2015. Everybody knows that the 2012 one was before they redesigned it. They dropped it and people thought it was ugly, so the 2013 got a refresh. So if you don't mind how the 2012 looks, you could go with it because it's a pretty good car also. But 20, we're not even gonna look at that because we can't afford that for 6,000 unless you find a crazy good deal. 96 to 2000, I feel like this is more like if you want to build it, because those years were really buildable, customizable, you know what I mean, if you want to have fun. But we just want an A to B. We don't really want something this old. I mean, you can find a good car in that age, but nah, I mean, even if you find it, you still got to put some work into it, because even though miles might be low and there's no rust, age wears the bushings and all that thing, y'all. So if you find an old car that's a good deal, that's cool. But you know what I mean, bushings and things age over time too. In my dry rot, all the pipes and stuff, especially if it's been parked. So just keep that in mind with older cars. You still got to do your due diligence, even if it's low miles or garage kept, because things age over time. That's 26 years ago this car was built. So you know what I mean, things are probably going to be on it that you need to replace, and that's normal. But yeah, keep that in mind when you're looking at it. Let's set our range to 2010 to 2015. That looks like a pretty good, you know what I mean, cheap interior, If you don't care about interior, we're gonna be good. So we want to set our range. We're gonna go over to Marketplace. I already searched up some Honda Civics. All right, so we're over here on Marketplace. You got to go to the vehicles tab, apparently, if you want to get to put in all the things that makes this search really easy. So we're gonna put price max $6,000 because that's our max that we're looking for. Years 2010, as we said before, and then we're gonna go over here. We're gonna put 2015. Then we go over to make. Gonna go down to Honda. Where Honda at? Yo, I think it's because I'm screen recording. My thing bugging out, bro. I don't know what the hell's going on. I'm gonna be honest, if you're buying a car that you want to last, so typically Hondas are gonna last 200,000 miles. In my mind, that's what I keep it at. Like if I'm buying a Honda, you gonna get 200,000 miles out of it. Like they're reliable. You can get 3 or 4, but that really depends on how it was maintained its whole life. And if you're buying a used car, right, you don't really know how good it was maintained. So you could get 300,000, but it all depends about a lot of things that happen before you're buying it right now. So it's like 200 guaranteed, 250 to 200, 300. Depends on the condition when you buy it. If it feels solid and you continue maintaining it, right? So let's say if we're looking at this car right here, 2012 with 170,000 miles. The average person drives about 10 to 12,000 miles. So give or take, the way I'm looking at these cars, right, I'm gonna have 3 years guaranteed with this car right here. With this car, I'm gonna have 4 because 161. So to get to 200, I'll get there in roughly 4 years. And that's, you know, 4 guaranteed years with this car. I'm gonna click on this one first because, you know, these cars, 200,000, they're good if they have the manual transmission. But I feel like with the automatic transmission, I try to keep it within 161, 170, anything under 200. So this is actually a used car dealership. You see it says it's called Bernie's Auto Sale, and we're gonna click through it. They got aftermarket rims on. The back brakes has drum brakes. It don't got a sunroof. This is a LX. So make sure you do your research on cars, because you see this is what I be telling y'all. They put stuff just to sell it. Honda Civic EX. This is a LX. It has the drum brakes in the back, no sunroof, no fog lights. Those are all things that the EX come with. And I noticed because I did my research when I was looking at a Honda Civic when I bought my first car. So I'm glad I made this video to show y'all, you know what I mean, how to spot these things. This is definitely LX. So if this is what you're charging for EX, this is not what I should be paying for, because this is a LX. So you talk about this in person. Inside doesn't look too bad. It don't look like they had rats and dogs and a whole zoo running through it. It looks pretty clean. I mean, if it's a used car dealership, they should clean it up a little bit. I don't know why this mat, this dirty ass mat is sitting there. Bring that to a car wash. If you buying this from a used car dealership, make sure all that shit is cleaned up, man. Overall, the body doesn't look that bad for what it is. I reach out and try to go in person and look at it, negotiate it down a little bit, being that it's an LX, and depending on how it drives, you know what I mean, if it has some suspension work that needs to be done, I feel like that's pretty steep for the amount of miles. I'd start at like 3,500, try to work my way up to 4,000. Another car right here, another EX. This is not an EX, this is a LX, y'all. No sunroof, no fog lights. This is LX as they come. See how these pictures are not very wide and detailed? Can't get a full shot of the car. I don't know, man. Could be an older guy that, you know what I mean, just selling his old car that he's trying to get out of. So, you know, older people tend to take pictures like this. I can already tell that a professional young youth hasn't taken this picture. This is a manual transmission, so if you're buying this, you gotta make sure you're ready to drive stick. And being that it's 170,000 miles, this is nice for it being a manual. I bought my car, my TSX, with 170 something miles. I think it's 178 or something like that. So this right here is pretty decent. I'd go look at this. The inside looks pretty good. Looks well maintained. I mean, from what we can tell from these pictures so far, the body is not beat up. I mean, you can't really see it much, but again, I'd go look at this in person, personally. So it looks like this guy just wants to get out of this car and get a truck. That's reasonable. That's a good reason to sell a car. You know what I mean? So I would go look at this in person. For $6,000, it's a 2013. I feel like if I could get this to 5, it would be nice. And since our options are limited right now, we're gonna up our price to 7,000 and see if we get some more options here, man, because our prices are very limited. 8 weeks ago, it's been on the market for 2 months. That's reasonable. Clean title. You always want to make sure it's clean title. Good engine, transmission. All right, no pictures of inside. I guess I don't know where I'm gonna drop my ass, you know. I guess who cares about what the seats look like? I don't understand, y'all. People that post cars and don't post, I mean, you posted good outside pictures, I appreciate that, but let me see the inside. Let me see what the floor mat's looking like, the carpet on the ground. Let me see what the seats looking like. I want to make sure this car not torn up and shit, you know what I mean? So just going through it, it looks pretty good. The body looks pretty clean. I try to go down to 5. I don't know what the inside is looking like, so that's already you know what I mean, something I'm thinking about. I can't tell if that's a little dent right there or not. I'm trying to look at the other body panel. Sure, this is smooth. It's smooth, but right here, it might just be the reflection in the light. You know what I mean? But make sure you analyze these body panels. Typically, you know what I mean? Right here, why is this that gap on the or maybe it's normal. I might be overlooking it, but be picky with these cars. Look, when you go in person, you look at them. Be picky with these cars. Look, you know what I mean? Again, it's not, I guess everybody with a Civic is just putting EX. This is not an EX, y'all. This is a LX. This is base model Steelies, no fog light, no sunroof. It more than likely got drum brakes in the back. This shit is as base model as it gets. This is an option that I wouldn't even waste my time on. 265,000 miles, automatic transmission, one owner bought, brand new, exhaust leak, rust, paint damage, dirty seats, bad gas cap, 265,000 miles, 3,500, bro. I'd pay 1,000 for this. I'm gonna just keep look at that rust, bro. Oh my gosh. I'd personally, why is the picture in the night? You literally couldn't open the hood right here and take a picture. Why you gotta take pictures of the inside at night? That just shows you how dirty these seats are probably. Bro went to the car wash and took pictures at night of the inside, but couldn't just take the pictures right here when it's right outside. This is something I wouldn't even go waste my time looking at, because this car is already on the end of its lifespan at 265,000 miles. This is a money pit right here. This is something you're gonna buy. If you're lucky, it'll run till about 300,000, but I don't see this car being a good buy, to be honest with you. I'd pass up on something like this. So I just wanted to throw an example like this in there just so y'all know, you know what I mean? Not everything is good just because of the price. I mean, if you really want to, I'd reach out to this guy and offer him like $1,200 and go in person and drive it. If it drives good enough, you'll probably get a year or two out of it because it is a Honda. So you get some time out of this just as it is. But I'd offer like 1,200, 1,500 max, bro, for this. 1,500 max. And I just run it to the ground. Like if I really need something dirt cheap right now, I'd buy this to go to work. You know what I mean? Just commute to work. You know, I'm not going to go on no long road trips with this. I'm not going to take this to a different state on, you know, a family vacation. This is literally A to B, A to B. Run it to the ground. Do some DoorDash, Uber Eats with this shit on the free time. You know, just run it up. Just junk it at the end. You know what I mean? I wouldn't put no money into this at all. I would not fix the exhaust leak, the rust, the paint damage. If you're buying this, I would just buy it as it is for a cheap price and just run it to the ground just like that. And that's how I look at a car like this. At least he actually put LX, the first Civic to actually put LX when it's LX. So you gotta appreciate that, man. If you made it this far, thank you for watching. I know this is different from the regular POVs, but I know a lot of people in the last videos commented that they wanted to see more visuals, so I'm giving you guys the visuals. I'm giving you things I look for. I'll probably make another video like this about how I record the videos for the POVs, how I get it to the perfect angle, the right colors, because I do color grade my footage. So I'll do another video on that just so you guys know. I'm transparent 100%, so I want to make sure you guys know how I get all this stuff done. Made this far, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe, you know, come back for the next video. That will definitely be a POV. I'm already itching to get back out there and drive, y'all. So catch y'all in the next video. Peace.